Different background. Let's see, should I get to the left, to the right? Gotta see the redwoods.
Okay. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
Okay, got one more thing to do here.
What's the iPad?
It could be somebody who's just hasn't put their name on their account yet, and they're calling in from an iPad. It's Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Hello, hello.
Is that 6 people?
So far.
5, 6.
You got my message. I may have to leave early, so I don't want to be rude.
Okay, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
My camera keeps moving. It's like, I don't know why it does that.
Oh, technology.
Right?
It keeps doing all kinds of things.
I guess I'll have to figure that out later. I guess it wants to get, it's trying to get different angles, even though I don't ask it to.
Okay, I put a link in the chat. If you click on that, you'll have a copy of the Sunday program. Oh, one more thing I got to do.
We have six people. 6 participants.
Okay, I think I got everything done. Thanks for your patience here. Okay, I need to change the audio setting. Okay, so here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm Reverend Tony Ponicello. I'm the executive minister of the Community Miracle Center. Happy to be here this morning. Happy to have had this job now for 39 and a half years. Okay, right now I will turn the meeting over to Reverend Dusa Althea, who will lead us in an opening prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear?
Oh, hold on. I've got to change the audio setting.
Something.
Otherwise, there's an echo. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Community Miracle Center. We are all here to help each other to do our very best to keep peace in the world. Amen.
Okay, and this is that time we also want to extend a ray of welcoming energy to any new people who might be joining us. And remember, we are live streaming this through the CMC YouTube channel. And a full version of the Sunday gathering stays there as a recorded video on the live tab for a couple of months after the gathering. So to anyone who might be here for the first time, let's all just ground ourselves in our energy and send them welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're so glad you decided to join us. Course in Miracles tells us that thoughts increase by being given away, and the more who believe in them, the stronger they become. So by you being here, entertaining these ideas, being open to them, they become stronger in us as well. So we are grateful that you are here, and we invite you to come back often. Just join us in this energy of infinite, eternal life and connection to all the power in the universe. Amen. Okay. It is time for us to sing our opening song. And our opening song is the great song by Bob Marley and the Wailers, Three Little Birds. Let me get it up here.
Kelly Hallock is here.
Okay, that's great. Oh, Reverend Kelly is here. Wow. Okay. So I want to put the lyrics up in the screen share. And I invite you all to sing along. I gotta find them yet. There they are. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. Three little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Okay. Thank you all who sang along. Okay, it's now time for us to have a meditation. And our meditation, of course, is based on our Course in Miracles workbook lesson of the day. We're on a review right now, so today is day 207, but we're reviewing lesson 187, which is I bless the world because I bless myself. So I invite you all to get yourself in a comfortable position.
No, it's time.
Okay, let's take a deep breath and let it go. Let's take another deep breath and let it go. And let's know that even though we appear to be a group of different people from all over the world, literally, because Lydia's here from Kenya. We really are all over the world today. But it doesn't matter where our bodies seem to be. It doesn't matter what differences we seem to have with genders or ages or weights or color. Underneath all that, we are the one holy child of God. We're totally unlimited. So let's just take a moment and center in on our connection, our oneness. Let's just be the one holy child of God all together. I bless the world because I bless myself. I bless the world because I bless myself. The obvious implication here is that the world is us. Blessing the world is blessing ourselves because we are the world. As that great song by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson declared, we are the world. That means every sister or brother that appears to be in the world is an aspect of ourselves. Doesn't make any sense to think negatively about them, to critically judge them, to attack them, because that's us. critically judging and thinking negatively about ourselves. That's us hating ourselves. We don't want to do that. We want to love ourselves. Our health, our experience of joy and peace and comfort is based on us understanding that our sisters and brothers are really us. The whole world, even the things that don't appear to be alive in the world, they're us too. There is nothing but life. Underneath everything that our senses perceive is that infinite, eternal truth of boundless life, boundless connection, infinite power, infinite identity. I bless the world because I bless myself. Community Miracle Center is a healing ministry. We have a healing team. Every day they receive an email that has an inspirational message in it, and it also contains the current prayer healing list. These are people and situations we've been asked to pray for and about. So these take the form of appearances that are challenging. So these appearances are not the truth about any of these people, but we all have challenging appearances to deal with from time to time. Course in Miracles tells us not to despair because of any of these challenges. It's not our place to be without these things, but it is our job to overcome them and to heal from them to whatever extent that we can, and then to share that healing with all our sisters and brothers everywhere. So just join with these people and send them healing light and power. Helen, the appearance of having MDS, a blood cancer, and is in the hospital receiving stem cell transplant therapy. The appearance of Lakshmi, the cat, having made her transition. Natalie, the cat parent, is grieving. The appearance of Larry having stage 4 kidney cancer. His wife Kathy is the caregiver. David, the appearance of difficult to control type 2 diabetes, which resulted in a recent trip to the emergency room. The appearance of Nancy having melanoma cancer of the retina. The appearance of June having Parkinson's disease. The appearance of Dylan, the dog, making his transition, leaving behind his canine sister, Molly, and Lynn, the grieving dog parent. The appearance of Paul having a stroke with possible plaque blocking blood flow. Wife Lydia and daughter Emmeline are concerned. The appearance of Frank getting a heart pacemaker installed. Concerned wife is Mimi. The appearance of Crowbar, the man's name, having a stroke. Concerned partner is Shelley. Reverend Paula, the appearance of needing air conditioning for 80-plus degree apartment. Manager is not providing a solution and delaying repairs. And our last one today is the appearance of Muksha having lung cancer and has now lost 40 pounds. Caregiver spouse is Tanner. Let's just sit in gratitude for a moment and grateful that we can be of healing help and fulfill our divine function as healers. This is the function A Course in Miracles is always leading us towards. Let's just accept that it's not in the future, it's now. We are healers now, and we're grateful that these people have given us the opportunity to practice that. Amen. Okay. It is now time for a reading. And reading to us from the Course today is Reverend Paula Karp. Reverend Paula, make it possible for you to unmute yourself. I think I got the right audio setting. Yeah, I do. Okay, Reverend Paula is going to be our prayer minister at the end of the gathering. So if there is anybody that would like a 10-minute affirmative prayer session with Reverend Paula, and who wouldn't? Just who wouldn't? Take advantage of it. Come on. So you can just put a message in the chat, or at a certain point, if you have figured that out, you can just raise your hand
It's
when
my
when
gift
I
to you.
call upon you. Okay, so give me just a moment here. I gotta handle a little tech thing. Okay, I will put the reading up in the screen share, Reverend Paula, and whenever you are ready, you can take it away.
All right, fantastic. Opportunities to gladden yourselves. I love this one. From the text 46263 and text 512. Watch your mind for the temptations of the ego and do not be deceived by it. Know it offers you nothing. When you have given up this voluntary dispiriting, you will see how your mind can focus and rise above fatigue and heal. Yet you are not sufficiently vigilant against the demands of the ego to disengage yourself. This need not be. The habit of engaging with God and His creations is easily made if you actively refuse to let your minds slip away. The problem is not one of concentration. It is the belief that no one, including yourself, is worth consistent effort. Side with me consistently against this deception and do not permit this shabby belief to pull you back. The disheartened are useless to themselves and to me, but only the ego can be disheartened. Have you really considered how many opportunities you have to gladden yourselves and how many of them you have refused? There is no limit to the power of a Son of God, but He Himself can limit the expression of His power as much as He chooses. To heal is to make happy. I have told you before to think how many opportunities you have to gladden yourselves and how many you have refused. This is exactly the same as telling you that you have refused to heal yourselves. The light that belongs to you is the light of joy. Radiance is not associated with sorrow. Depression is often contagious, but although it may affect those who come in contact with it, they do not yield to the influence wholeheartedly. But joy calls forth an integrated willingness to share in it, and thus promotes the mind's natural impulse to respond as one. Those who attempt to heal without being wholly joyous themselves call for different kinds of responses at the same time, and thus deprive others of the joy of responding wholeheartedly. To be wholehearted, you must be happy. If fear and love cannot coexist, and if it is impossible to be wholly fearful and remain alive, then the only possible whole state is that of love. There is no difference between love and joy. Therefore, the only possible whole state is the wholly joyous. So it is.
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Great reading, Reverend Paula. Okay, so this is that time in the gathering where we touch our hearts and we give a bow to everybody and we say, hello, welcome. Let me make it possible for you all to unmute yourselves. Hold on just a second. Okay, you should all be able to unmute yourselves. So unmute yourself. Turn your camera on. Hello, everybody. Woohoo.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
Reverend
everybody.
Paula. Hi, Paul. Hi,
Lydia,
Reverend
how great to
Tony.
see you. We
Hi,
missed you.
Claudia.
Yeah, good to see you all.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lydia.
Paula, Tony. Hi,
Hi.
Lisa, Saya.
No,
Hi,
We were just
Paul.
talking about you.
what a nice surprise to see everybody today. Love it.
Yeah.
Hi, Teddy.
Medusa.
So you're muted. You're going to have to unmute. We can't hear you. The little audio microphone icon, lower left.
Lower left.
Sending all the hearts today, all the love.
Yeah, everybody's sending hearts today. Let's see if we can do that. There we go.
Oh.
There's various ways to send hearts.
Right, during the reactions, if you click.
Yeah, you can send multiple hearts in your own little rectangle, or you can send one big heart floating up through the whole screen.
Or
There we go. Okay, everybody, thank
Everybody looks
you.
fantastic. Good to see you.
Good to see everyone.
Yeah. Let me mute everybody again.
boo.
No, it's fine. Okay, so this is that time in the gathering where you probably want to switch from gallery view to speaker view. Speaker view is where you get the big rectangle of the speaker, who will be me. I'm speaking. I haven't spoken in 3 weeks, so yay. Happy to be speaking here today. Give me just a moment to pull up my notes. Let me make sure I have the right audio setting. Looks like I do. Let me make sure all my pictures that I'm going to use are there. They are. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Special acknowledgement now for those of you who are watching this as a prepared video. We publish all of my talks on 3 different platforms. They are on YouTube, they are on Rumble, and they are on BitChute. So please subscribe to whatever platform you are watching these on. And make sure to hit the like button. The more likes these videos get, the more that platform shares them on the home pages of their different users, which means more people watch them. So it really helps if you like them, and that will get more people to see them. And also, I really encourage you to leave a comment after you watch it, and I often respond to those comments. So love to hear your comment, just a few little sentences of some thoughts that you may have had. after you watch the video. So again, thank you. Watch all the videos. There's hundreds of them there, literally. We've been doing these videos on YouTube for, I think, 11 years now, so there's quite a few. Okay, first of all, I want to declare that I am not a sports fan at all. Completely not. I would never think about going to a large sports event. Just wouldn't occur to me. I would never think about watching a big game on television. I do like parties though, and I do like being invited to Super Bowl parties because I like the party. And I watch the game and get into it. So I'm always open to a Super Bowl party invite. Just think about that. Nobody invited me last year. So next year, invite me. I'd love to go. I frequently joke around. I tell people that I was not born with the sports gene. I don't know. I don't register. So with all that qualifying and all those caveats, I do want to also say though that I am aware of the ability of sports to bring people together in joy and celebration. And I am all about bringing people together in joy and celebration. I think that's a tremendous thing. And sports do that. And I acknowledge that. There's a lot of healing that goes on with sports. And there was a tremendous amount of healing I felt that went on recently with the great World Cup championship FIFA, thing that happened here in the United States. It's important to remember there were also games going on in Mexico and Canada. And they went on for 39 days through June and July. It was a long period of time. And they went on right here in the United States, right in the middle of us having the Semiquincentennial. So we had all of these international people visiting and attending games in all these cities all throughout the United States. It was pretty amazing. So a lot of this talk today is really just me witnessing that because I feel it was truly healing. And I like to witness healing. Of Course in Miracles says, your witnessing demonstrates your belief and thus strengthens it. Those who witness for me are expressing through their miracles that they have abandoned the belief in deprivation in favor of the abundance they have learned belongs to them. So just get it. I'm witnessing to something that I don't have an affinity towards, but I do have an affinity towards joining and celebrating and healing. And I am witnessing to that because that I felt truly happened. On July 17th, I think that's the day after the Championship World Cup game happened. The president of FIFA, which is the big soccer, they call it football, organization, his name is Gianni Infantino. Sounds pretty Italian to me. I think he is Italian. He was speaking, and he was praising President Donald Trump and talking about how essential President Donald Trump was to getting these games. I guess they first started organizing it in 2018 during the first term of President Trump's presidency. And then also President Infantino, president of FIFA, he said that this was the most successful World Cup event games that they have ever had. And he called it the greatest human, social, and cultural event that mankind has ever witnessed. Okay, get that again. The greatest human, social, and cultural event that mankind has ever witnessed. And when I heard him say that and I thought about it and saw it written down, I think he was right. I mean, we've had Olympics. Olympics are amazing. But this was sort of up on another notch somehow. And mankind and people from all over the world had witnessed it, mostly centered in the United States, right in the midst of our 250th year Independence Day celebration, which was also an awesome thing. And you kept hearing about how international visitors who came to watch these games, to root on their country's team, they frequently said how surprised they were about what a great place America was, the United States of America, how friendly people were, and how much fun they were having here in America. That was like a very often repeated story. So, I just think it went a long way of making the world feel like one, and healing the idea of the United States of America, especially as it was seen through the eyes of foreign people. FIFA president Gianni Infantino, as I said, he praised President Trump. He said, "The American dream, Mr. President, came to reality. We united the world." I thought that was a great statement. And then he said, this World Cup would not have been such an incredible success without you. So I thought that was a pretty amazing statement, too. And, I realized that a lot of people probably had a little trouble with that statement. Here, I got a picture of the president of FIFA, Mr. Infantino, and President Trump. I think that's a picture actually from when they made the statement, too. So I know that, a lot of people have trouble with President Trump. And so I do want to acknowledge that. But this was one of those moments when, a major healing event had happened, and the person who was in charge of organizing the event, definitely, and he was sincere when you listen to him. You could just feel his sincerity. He definitely wanted to thank President Trump for all that President Trump did to make this event happen. And I thought that was pretty healing and pretty amazing, and got a lot of people to pause for a moment and just maybe, choose a different perception about things. So I think that was amazing. On last Sunday, Sunday afternoon, July 19th, that was when the final game was being played between Spain and Argentina. And at that time, Dusalthi and I were looking for a place to go have brunch after the Sunday gathering. Went to a little neighborhood in San Francisco called Noe Valley that we go to occasionally, a little off the beaten tourist path, but it's a real inner city residential neighborhood. A lot of wonderful little shops and restaurants there. And as we were walking down the street, after we finally found a place to park, I kept, all these places had all these people outside. These restaurants and these bars had these people outside, a lot of them. And I didn't know what it was about at first, but then when we got close and walked by them, what I got is they were watching this final football match between Spain and Argentina. And they were cheering on their favorite team, which was kind of amazing since neither team was USA. It was Spain and Argentina. But people seemed, right in the spirit of the joy of the competition and joining. And it was also really interesting that these restaurants and bars, they had put big screen TVs like right in their windows or outside on the sidewalk. So they were gathering all kinds of people, not just people who were dining or drinking. You can't drink on the street in San Francisco, but some places do have dining on the street. So there were all these people, just passers by, that were just there participating in watching the sport event. They weren't giving business to the restaurant, but they seemed to be just fine with everybody being there. It was just really a very interesting thing to watch. I've never really seen anything like it. So I do think Mr. Infantino was right. I also wanted to note and, mention that his name means childlike and youthful. Infantino means like an infant, with the qualities of an infant, the innocence and the childlike. And there is a certain childlike innocence about him when he speaks that's really appealing. So I don't know if you watched that game, you know anything about that game that happened with Spain versus Argentina. It was a very, very, very close game. It was about as close as you get, which means it was scoreless for most of the game. And Spain beat Argentina by just one goal, right at the very end, of course. It was right at the very end when that goal happened. And I have also got a picture of that. Okay, there's a picture of right afterwards when they were presenting Spain. You can see how just happy everybody. Of course, they were the winning team there. But look at the crowds. They were in, like the biggest American football stadiums we have around the country. You see President Trump and the FIFA president Infantino there on the right of the picture. Uh, and some people have, criticized sports, other people who aren't sports people like me, but, that it's competition and there's always a winner and a loser. That's definitely the field of the ego. Yeah, I guess you could go to that perception, but I think that misses the point. People were celebrating, people were having a good time, people were joining together in these incredible stadiums all over the United States and some in Canada and Mexico. And I do think it was a pretty awesome thing that happened. And a lot of people just joined. And a lot of people really joined and went to the games who, weren't people that were from those countries. They were American citizens who were supporting this, not necessarily, it wasn't filled with fans from the two countries who were playing. A lot of the fans were American citizens. So just for a little statistics, there were 104 games in the whole FIFA World Cup Championship. They played to packed stadiums, as I said, US, Mexico, and Canada. It was from June 11th to July 19th. Those are the 39 days. 16 different stadiums in 16 different cities. 11 of the cities were in the USA. 3 of the cities were in Mexico. 2 of the cities were in Canada. FIFA says that 6,810,966 fans at one time or another were seated in those stadiums, which is an average of 65,490 fans per game. And it is reported that those stadiums and those games had a 99.7 occupancy rate. I mean, this is unheard of, that many people. And then, of course, those are the people that were actually at the games. But think of how many millions, even billions of people were watching these from around the world. I certainly saw all kinds of people in San Francisco watching the final match last Sunday. So all these people having the shared experience of life and excitement in different countries, competing with each other peacefully. And all of these games went without any real negative incident. So for those who find something negative to say about this whole thing, I'll remind you of the things that Reverend Paula read. Have you really considered how many opportunities you have had to gladden yourselves and how many you have refused? Don't refuse opportunities to gladden yourselves. People were having fun all over the place. People were just gladdening themselves. It's a very simple idea. That quote to me doesn't mean some sort of transcendent, beyond the body experience of ethereal bliss. It's talking about day-to-day stuff. Gladden yourself, doing fun things, joining with people. Joining with people is fun. Packing 65,000 people in a stadium, if you observe it right, can be a whole lot of fun too. Just having that shared experience. Eating the stadium food, drinking a beer maybe, if you do such things. People were having a good time. There's a second time the quote, gladden yourself, also appears in A Course in Miracles. Reverend Paula read both of them. Says, I have told you before to think of how many opportunities you have to gladden yourselves. And he had. And how many you have refused. Says, this is exactly the same as telling you that you have refused to heal yourselves. So just taking opportunities to choose positive perceptions about things like the World Cup, um, choosing those positive perceptions, that's healing ourselves. Engaging in the gladdening and the joyful celebration and this joyful event that brought so many people together and gave so many people this common experience. That's very, very healing. And I'm just really glad that so many people decided not to refuse this amazing healing opportunity. A lot of people right now, I hear it, they choosing to focus about negative things that are going on in the world. Certainly the war in Iran and the Ukraine. I mean, there's always negative things going on in the world that you can choose to focus on. But this was an unprecedented coming together for mutual gladdening. And I certainly want to acknowledge it. I'm not going to let it go unacknowledged. So it was not lost to the perception of this miracle worker, Reverend Tony, that something truly amazing was going on. It's never healing to have real negative feelings towards people. I was mentioning the negative feelings that a lot of people have about President Trump. So much so that they didn't even really like that the FIFA president was praising President Trump. He did it several times. And this is it's just something we need to challenge. It's never healing for ourselves, for the world, to harbor real negative feelings like that or to harbor hatred. The Course says, if hatred finds a place within your heart, you will perceive a fearful world held cruelly in death's sharp-pointed, bony fingers. If you feel the love of God within you, you look out upon a world of mercy and of love. We can't harbor hatred. We have to choose the positive. The Course says, dream softly of your sinless brother. Collect his thoughtfulness to think about instead of counting up the hurts he gave. So when we think of people like maybe President Trump, do we choose his thoughtfulness, whatever he did to help that World Cup be so successful? Or do we choose those things that he did that we don't like when we're thinking about him? Well, it's a choice. We have to make that choice. And let's make the merciful choice. Let's have a merciful choice so that we can look out upon a merciful world. Well, we all want a merciful world, don't we? Mercy is an interesting word. I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I've talked about it before. The definition of mercy, it's compassion or forgiveness shown toward someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. Let me repeat it. Compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. Okay, that's what mercy is. So let's create an image in our mind. So let's go back to ancient Rome. Ancient Rome, gladiators fighting to the death in matches in the Colosseum. People don't like sports today. Think about the sports they had in ancient Rome. They were death sports, blood sports. And remember that it wasn't just the Colosseum in the city of Rome. There were Colosseums, smaller ones, all throughout the Roman Empire where these gladiator matches happened. And after a gladiator had physically bested his opponent, probably severely injured him, the winning gladiator had the right to strike a death blow. Because these were battles to the death. So the winning gladiator could kill the one that he had just defeated. However, the triumphant gladiator had the right also to show mercy, to show mercy and not kill the defeated opponent. And sometimes the winning gladiator would look to the crowd assembled in the Colosseums that he was playing in or having this match in, and he'd ask the crowd, or maybe the political leader, whether the crowd or the political leader wanted him, the winning gladiator, to show mercy to the defeated gladiator. So remember that the defeated gladiator was probably lying in the dirt, severely injured, bleeding with broken limbs. Sometimes maybe ending that very injured gladiator's life might really seem like the merciful thing to do. But it was always the prerogative of the triumphant gladiator to show true mercy and not uh, do the death blow and leave the defeated gladiator alive. So, think about that when you think about mercy, when the Course talks about mercy. That's what mercy is. Mercy is you have the right and maybe the power to do something hurtful or harmful, but you choose not to. You choose not to. And and it's always uh, unto us to have mercy. So think of all the times that you felt totally entitled to hate or to speak badly of or to criticize or to demean someone. And you were sure you had the moral upper hand here, that you really could do it. And maybe you even had the massive agreement from the crowd in order to just carry through and do that. Well, first of all, don't be the triumphant gladiator calling out to the world, the crowd, as to whether or not you should show mercy. Show mercy because you know it's the right thing to do. You know it's what the Holy Spirit wants you to do. You know it's what Jesus wants you to do. You know it's what God wants you to do. The Course says sacrificing another in any way is a clear-cut violation of God's own injunction that man should be merciful, even as his Father in heaven. So the Father in heaven, God, the Creator, is always merciful. We should be merciful, even when we think we have the right to not be. And it's not about what the world says, not about what the crowd says. It's about that inner knowing that comes from our connection to the divine. We know that we should be merciful. Okay, I want to talk about a personal example. On September 9th, 2021, 5 years ago almost, President Joe Biden, he was our president at the time, in a public address to the nation, said that those who were unvaccinated were dangerous to society and they were hurting the rest of society. He said that the decision not to get the COVID shot, quote, cost all of us. And he said that the unvaccinated minority can cause a lot of damage, and they are. And you got to remember there were estimated as 80 million people who were unvaccinated at that time. And I was one of the unvaccinated because I had been very clear in my guidance that I wasn't supposed to get this vaccine, which I thought I had the perfect right to make that decision. Our bodies, ourselves. It's my body. I had that right. And it was really strange to hear the President of the United States. I've never seen so many Americans being demonized by their president before. It was shocking. It was scary. And then he said the one line that really got me. He goes, "Our patience is wearing thin." And it wasn't so much the words of the line, it was kind of the energy that he put into saying it. It was really negative. And it was the American president telling the American people that they could be impatient and intolerant with 80 million of their fellow citizens. He was giving permission to basically attack the unvaccinated people. He was scapegoating a huge swath of citizens. And how was that really unlike what the Nazis did with the Jews? I mean, I just couldn't, I literally couldn't believe it. Now, I thought I had the moral higher ground there. I thought that I had every right to hate President Biden. Um, but I was, of course, a miracle student, and I knew that I had to be merciful. and that there was no way that it was a good thing to harbor that kind of hatred. I did not post hateful memes about President Biden on Facebook. I did express my opinion about things, but I always respected him as the president. I always called him President Biden. I always, thought of him respectfully. I respected the office, even if I didn't like the way that he was behaving. I didn't meet hatred with more hatred. I tried to find the love in my heart for President Biden. And as I said, I respected the office. And I think I did a pretty decent job with that. But I just leave you with just a little challenge, How are you feeling and thinking about our current leaders? Sure, they're saying things maybe that you don't like, but not everybody feels the same way, maybe, that you do about them. And regardless of who it is and what party and what leanings you have, can you really just let that all go and just find the mercy in yourself? Don't call out to the crowd to get their permission to be hateful. Find it within yourself to be merciful, and find it within yourself to claim all those many, many opportunities we have just to simply gladden ourselves all throughout our day, all throughout our life experience. Join the people, join the fun. Billions of people had a wonderful experience about this recent World Cup. And millions of people had a wonderful experience about the United States of America during it. Do you want to indulge in a hateful dialogue that talking about the United States of America is on decline and we're not respected in the world? No, that wasn't the experience of President Infantino. He really talked about how great it was for the world. And I'm going to choose that experience because I'm going to be merciful. Okay, that's my talk for the day. Thank you very much for being here and listening. Okay. Let me stop the recording. I guess I didn't start it. Oh, okay, it's recording on YouTube. Okay, very good. Okay, let me make it possible for you to all unmute yourselves. And this again might be a good time to switch back to gallery view from speaker view. Okay, Reverend Elaine has her hand up. You've already unmuted yourself, so go ahead.
I did. Well, thank you, Tony. That was a really good talk and very timely. One of our lessons this week, we were to ask Jesus, what do I say? What do I do? What do I think? And that really struck me because we're not often asking for guidance for our thoughts. And our thoughts are very important and very powerful. They're as important, if not more, than our actions. Because you might be thinking one thing and saying, oh, I love everybody, but your day-to-day behavior, what you post on Facebook, is not that way. And so he tells us, guard your thoughts. Thoughts are powerful. Thoughts can create a different reality than one that you intended. When the FIFA games were going on, I actually was on call for 3 weeks for the Red Cross, preparing my husband for Homeland Security for a terrorist attack, for a disaster, opening shelters. You had to give them a period of time where you'd be able to drop and go. The bombing of a bridge, the kind of security that they had going on and the kind of intelligence that something bad was going to happen. Well, it didn't, because the millions of people that came into this country for this were so positive that it outpowered anything negative. And as they were interviewing people, they said, oh, I thought I thought America was a shithole. Really, I thought it was on the decline. They were Nazis. They were this and that. He said, I have never come, and we've never been welcomed like this in any country. The friendliness, the camaraderie, the sisterhood, the brotherhood, the Scottish tartan army. I mean, I was going out of my mind with bagpipes. I was playing bagpipe music in my spare time. It was so inspiring, the joy, absolute joy of people dancing in the streets. And it was just such a they were pleasantly surprised, and it turned everything. You know, the little bit of protest, you might have had 20 people, and no one even paid attention to it because there was nothing to protest. There was just so much joy. And so it's a good reminder. A few people that had traveled to this country saying, you know, you should appreciate what you have. Even in England, we don't have this kind of choice and freedoms. Even in Scotland, even in Spain, you know, you should appreciate what you have. You shouldn't be um, degrading your country. You should be thinking positive about it. And so I think it was such a good lesson and such a good reminder to guard your thoughts. Thoughts have power, and and be joyous. It's okay. The other shoe's not going to drop. Nothing bad happened. What a wonderful thing that no one was called out, that there was no preconceived disaster. And going forward, I really wanted to adopt that, like in the weather, you know, here comes the cyclone, and like there's always a sense of disaster. So it was a good reminder to just like, you know what, be faithful, be hopeful, and don't be afraid. Fear blocks out love. Fear and love cannot coexist. So think that everything's going to work out just fine, just the way God planned it. So thanks, Tony, for that.
Thank you, Reverend Elaine. That was a great share. Thank you. Who else would like to share something? Someone. Reverend Jody, are you reaching to your phone in order to share something?
Sure, I'll share.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you for a Sunday. We rarely see you on Sunday, so thank you for
we
being
had an
here.
early game. We got creamed basketball, but I'm here in the Lowe's parking lot waiting for Stacy to get out. I thought I'd tune in. Yeah, soccer. I love soccer. I played soccer in high school. Yeah, it was fun rooting for all these different teams, and wish I could have gone to some of the games, but just didn't get my act together. And I was gladdening myself. I did have an issue, but you know, Reverend Elaine is helping me overcome that. My little issue that I had at the end when Infantino couldn't get President Trump off the stage to let Spain celebrate their win, and I kept yelling at him, "Get off the stage! Get off the stage!" to give Spain their opportunity to celebrate. And then that seemed to upset people in the world. They were editing him out of the photo worldwide. And so that was the only time I got upset, was at that point. You know, and I wouldn't have been upset at anybody who would have stayed on the stage, you know. So thanks for talking about, you know, when we don't agree with people and what to do, and surfing the wave. I call it surfing the wave because I'm learning about how my thoughts, if I just surf the wave a little bit so that my thoughts will pass if I have a negative thought about something. And I'm learning more about that, just letting time pass, and then I'll feel some other emotion, or I'll think about something else and then I'll feel that kind of emotion. So I'm doing that right now. My mom's in hospice, and it's been really, really tough as her only child, taking care of her long distance in person. And for 16 years, she's had dementia. So I'm going through that challenge right now. And I got to find ways to glad myself, right? Because if I'm upset or not having positive thoughts, it doesn't help the situation. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Jody. Who else would like to share? I'd love to hear from somebody.
Okay,
Reverend Paula.
sure. There you go. I'm just having trouble with the video. So yes, loved the talk and loved all the international joy that was shared and continues to be shared. And just the reminder for everybody, yeah, be happy, find things to be happy about, not complain. And it's so easy in the reading. The disheartened are useless to themselves and to me, but only the ego can be disheartened. Remember that. That's the truth. Have you really considered how many opportunities you have to gladden yourselves and how many of them you have refused? The whole thing is everywhere, every day, in a few minutes or in a big event, whatever it is that shows up, looking in a positive light. And what can I learn from this in a positive way? We get to choose every moment. And that's what, this course is about, helping everybody to choose that. And so your talk was very enlightening, and it's beautiful to also acknowledge all the international people that were here that said, wow, this country's great. We don't want to hear everything that the media talks about, because for the most part, they're wrong. And we can shift that negative picture or idea that's out there. And I tell you, I run into so many people that just love this country, love the sports, love President Trump, love the administration. And that's what I focus on. Find the good that is going on, because there's a whole lot of it. So I loved your talk. Thank you so much. A lot of fun. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy.
Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right.
Be all right. Exactly. Joy. Choose joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else like to share? Okay, we'll move along then. So I'm going to make a few announcements. Let me put some information up in the chat. Oh, I've got to open it up. Give me just a moment to get it back. I thought I had it open, but I guess I must have closed it by mistake. Okay, Community Miracle Center is this wonderful organization. Here we are. We've been doing what we've been doing for almost 40 years now, and you can be a part of it as an active member. You could join the healing team. That would be terrific. Many of you already are on the healing team, so that's great. But for those of you who aren't, or for those of you maybe who are listening to the YouTube video, for as little as $1 a day, you can be a full member of the Community Miracle Center, and you receive an email every day that has something original that I write every day. I've written it every day since 2017, so I haven't missed a day. And then afterwards, there's the list of the current prayer healing list. And so you get a chance to actually practice being a healer. Being a healer is something we need to do now. It's not something that sits off in the future for us. So being a part of the healing team would give you a little push maybe that you need to actually, practice being the healer that A Course in Miracles is leading us to. There's also a lot of other benefits for being a full member of the Community Miracle Center. So would love to talk to any of you about it. It's something you could try for a month or two just to see if it works out for you, if you find that it's beneficial. You can quit at any time. So again, just love to talk with you about that. Just send me an email. There's the email address, miracles@earthlink.net, and we can have that conversation. Okay, there's many ways to give to the Community Miracle Center. We're always open to donations. You can send us a donation via Venmo. Just send it to Community Miracle Center or that little @ Community Miracles -Center. But you should just be able to find us just under Community Miracle Center. You can use any major credit card or a PayPal account by using that link there. That's to a web form. You can send us a donation using Zelle, which is a new service that's getting popular. Or you can just mail us a check. Checks still work. There's our address there. Our new address, 1311 Sutter, number 202. Another way you can send a donation, some people do this, is I just have an agreement with people that anytime they show up for a Sunday gathering, I just know to charge them a certain amount. And we make that agreement in advance. I got their credit card information on file, and that's all that's needed. So you want to do something like that? That would be great. Really grateful to those people who have just set up an automatic donation for any time they show up. Okay, the other thing is, please remember us when you are filling out your wills and your legacy documents. Just mention us by name, Community Miracle Center, and say that we are in San Francisco, California. Probably be good if you put our federal tax ID number. We might not always be in San Francisco. Who knows? But our federal tax ID number should never change. So that's good to include as well. Also, want you to remember that it's great that you are here at the Sunday gathering, but we have meetings that are open that go on all throughout the week, and you're welcome to come to any of them. So I'm going to put that information up in the chat. So tomorrow there'll be the Monday Marvelous Miracles meeting with Reverend Dusa Althea and Reverend Rudy at 6:30 p.m. There is the link. On Wednesday, Reverend Diane Eisenman does Helen's Notes. It's a reading and discussion group. That starts at 4 in the afternoon Pacific time. They are reading and talking about the book that was published a few years ago, which is just a direct transcription of Helen's scribal notes from her notepad. So it's a totally unedited version of the first 8 chapters of A Course in Miracles, and people find that pretty fascinating. Very different than the edited versions that we have. There's the link. Click on that link, and then it'll ask for a passcode. The passcode is Miracle. Okay, then on Thursday, Reverend Gilbert does Open-Minded and Easy Listening. He's reading from the original edition. That's Thursday at 5 o'clock. There is the link there. Every Friday at 5, I do the Bridge to Heaven. This is just an hour-long group from 5 to 6. We focus in on some of the inspiration messages I've written to the healing team. We read them, we talk about them. It's a great way to end your work week and start your weekend. Then every Saturday, Reverend Rudy does Miracle Lyrical Insights. That's at 10:15 a.m. And he's reading from the FIP version of A Course in Miracles. Again, there is the link. He would love to have you. Okay, I am going to change the audio setting again, and we will sing our closing song. And we're singing the great song that Reverend Rudy Colombini wrote for us. the perfect gift. So let me bring the lyrics up in the screen share.
I just want to give to you the perfect gift today. I just want to give to you the perfect gift today. I just want to give to you the gift of joy today. I just want to give to you the gift of peace today. I just want to give to you. And I love this world. Yeah, you know it's true. And I love you all. I'll share this heart with you. I just want to give to you the perfect gift today. I just want to give to you the gift of trust today. I just want to give to you the gift of truth today. And I love you all. Yeah, you know it's true. And I love this world. I'm inside of you. I just want to give to you the perfect gift today. I just want to give to you the gift of life today. I just want to give to you the gift of hope today.
And we're there.
And I love this world. Yeah, you know it's true. And I love you all. I share this heart with you. Come on. I just want to give to you the perfect gift today.
Okay, let me change the audio setting back again so we don't get a terrible echo. Okay, so I got a prayer minister standing by. Is there anybody who would like a 10-minute session with Reverend Paula? Going once, going twice.
Well, prayers to everybody, whatever you're going through, let it be joyous, be transformational. And I'm just sending that out there to everybody.
Okay, we got it. Thank you, Reverend Paula.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody, thank you for being here. You can all unmute yourself. You should all be able to unmute yourselves, I think. Yeah, you can all unmute yourself.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Nancy.
Yep. See you Thursday. Bye-bye.
See you Thursday.
Yep.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Jody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It'd be great to, when your life settles down a little bit, let's talk about you giving a talk sometime.
Okay.
I'd love that.
I don't know.
Okay, Dusa. I got to do the little things I got to do, and then I'll let you know when I'm on my way.
Okay, around what time?
Probably around 1.
Oh, okay, good. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
I think things went pretty well. At least Reverend Elaine started the discussion off with a real positive note. That was good. That's Nini's, honey. You just got to save it to when she comes again.
Nini? Oh, that's who. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay. Okay, I have the power of 8 down there.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Okay,
Let me finish up the things I got to do.
okay.